Hey guys, sup, Reed here for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council with a brand new stock market video. And I know many of you always wait on Wednesdays so lovingly for this. But I have a quick little announcement before we go straight into stock market and then just pure stock market. Later this week, announcements. Later this week, we will be basically going over every single deck that top nationals, but, keyword but we will be doing a price guide on every single deck that has top nationals. Now, that's not to say we're going to do 4 hat decks, but we're going to basically do one and the best one that got the best position and just overall to give you a general price. And then from there, if you guys request a deck or have a deck list or something I could work off of, then we'll go from there. So that way you can understand what basically the whole, like, if you wanted to build a deck tomorrow, what it will cost you. And that will be a series that will basically be every day if, you know, it goes off enough. It'll basically go on requests and stuff like that in tournaments, so it's going to be something I'm really excited to release for the council alongside with the next meta, which comes out tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's finally coming, which is full-on discussion for meta stuff, which the first thing we'll be talking about is Worlds, because obviously I haven't talked about that yet, so we'll be talking about that. Now I'm going to shut up and we're going to go straight to stock market. So we're going to fart. We're going to fart. We're going to start. We're going to fart and then we're going to start. Fart, start. We're going to start with Artifact Sanctum here. And we're basically going to find out its price this week. And this week after Nationals, post-Nationals, is $25. So it's still retained a low price. So definitely time to pick it up if you have yet to pick it up. But if you feel it's going to be hit in 2 months, then don't. But, you know, there's that. Shed Dolls. Forbidden Lance. Why am I saying Shed Dolls? They're on my mind. Shed Dolls did get new... I'll shut up right after this. Shed Dolls did get... new support in the form of an Earth Fusion. You could see that on another video that we posted today if you go to the channel. If you just want me to link it, just ask in the comments. Forbidden Lance is $5.49. I don't feel like we go over this enough, but it is $5.49, still a good standard price. Battle Pack 3 is coming sometime this month. I'm not fully sure when. Probably just ask me in the comments. I'll probably put it there too. Vanity's Emptiness is $13.50 a piece, so it's still kind of pricey. Hey Konami, reprint this. The Bunk is $19.73. We're going back to 1973 and 1995 and $28. So the year 2000, 1995, and 1973, great years. But all seriousness, they're actually starting to drop just a little bit. We'll go over that too, just for the hell of it. Big Eye is $24.29. So with that dollar shipping, is going to run you $25.29 to get yourself a Big Eye. Not a bad price. Stop waiting. If you're waiting, just buy it. Number 74, Master Blades, is $5.35. Definitely one of the cards that it was one of my favorites that we mentioned on Tech Tuesday. You can put this with Skill Prisoner and then basically get free poppage, or you could just use it against a deck like Insectors and shut them completely down. Not completely, but you get what I'm saying. Anything that targets, we can basically go get itself, and that's on that way. But I know I say that a lot. $5.35 will net you this awesome rank 7. Definitely something you want to think about. High Priestess. Why are we talking about High Priestess? Spellbook's top nationals, so therefore we have to talk about High Priestess. High Priestess is $6.79. That's including the shipping. On that $1 shipping, the $5.79 base price, but you have to include the shipping. So $6.79 is the range this week for High Priestess of Prophecy. So if you want to build spellbooks later this week, well, we'll have the full price guide, but for now, $6 just for that. And finally, let's go over Mecha Phantom Base Draco Sacco Sack. $70 still is going to run this week for you. $70 still. It is only dropped by about $2, about $2 to $5. So you can pick one up for $70. Would I advise it? No. Why? Because reprint intermits. That's how I feel about it. It's like it's incoming. It's like a missile that's seeking you. Maxi, $8 a piece. Definitely something you may want to pick up if you have not, because they were always good. And before we go to our little edits, Effect Veilor, $6.98. Definitely a great time to pick up Effect Veilors and stock up on them. They are always great cards. They are always great hand traps. Even if they don't hit one certain monster, there are other things in the deck that they can hit. So that's something to keep in mind there. Or if a deck burns out something, that's something to keep in mind, that it will basically, burn down. So let's go to the edit, and then we'll be right back with more. Okay, let's go back into this. Now, real quick before we fully do, I know I said before I was going to shut up. We're going to get to a lot of things in this video, hence why the video is going to be so long. I just want to point that out. So if there's a certain clip that you're skipping to, or you're just watching the beginning of it, you don't have to think that I'm not covering it. I will. It's just so I don't kill my computer. Alright, Alloy Justice Decisive Armor is $7.75. You can use this basically to get rid of your opponent's Light Sword in hand and burn them for massive damage. It's something that is not super easy to bring out, but when you do, you can just literally win games. And it works against Bujins as well. $7.75. I think we mentioned this on Tech Tuesday or something along those lines. Extinction Knights is $72 a piece. Still, no price change. Moving on. Greater Guardian is $15. Definitely has dropped the $5 price tag. From 20 status, it should probably eventually drop down to 10. Because let's be honest, it's not going to do anything for the meta. It's not going to, hurt the meta or make it any worse or any better than it is. So let's be honest when we say that, $15 is still a pretty good price. Downward Magician, the only reason is because we haven't talked about it in God knows forever, $9.50. So if you're just one of those players that hasn't picked one up, $9.50. Hero Lives, the reason we're talking about this is mainly because heroes are coming soon at some points. And if you want the shiny one, you can get it for $6.45. I mean, if you're okay with the common one, then that'll probably come in the structured deck. But, Konami did reprint Solar Recharge, so I'm not going to say it's not going to be reprinted when we get it in the TCG. I'm just going to say it's always a good time if you want the shiny edition. $6.45, you can't go wrong. Shooting Quasar Dragon has dropped to $47.24. And at this time, I do want to mention, I have yet to mention, to basically go vote on the next Show and Jump Alpha card, and there are some pretty good choices. We'll probably do a video covering that and my feelings towards it, I guess. We'll probably do that tomorrow just so I can get everything done because I am so swamped and so behind on things. Just bear with me and just have a little bit of patience. Black Rose Dragon, $15 this week. Gonna get reprinted Legendary Collection guaranteed. So if you can wait till Legendary Collection, I believe in November or October. It's one of those 2 months. It's October or November. It's not too far away. If you can wait till then do not buy it for $15 unless you truly need it. Continue on, Amulet Dragon. This is something that I haven't talked about in a while either. I'm going to get to the Fire Ice Hands, the Medolces, all the juicy stuff, but I want to get to those, those cards that we haven't mentioned at all. $6.49 because the main reason we're talking about like more casual based cards, I guess, is because the meta is pretty much going to dwindle down to World, and there's not really too many YCSs or anything taking place this upcoming format. So we count a little more on the casual cards to see what they're actually worth because they'll pull you in extra money. So $6.49 Amulet Dragon was at 10 last time we checked. $6.49 now. Dimensional Prison, $4.20 still pretty strong across the board. Continue onward while I upload a video. Supply Squad, $4.20 for the singles. There was a listing for 3 of them for like $1. Guy made a mistake. So if you saw that, guy made a mistake, enough said. But he changed it since. So I was like super excited. I was like, guys, it's like $1.22. It's not. It's $4.20. Moving onward. Number 101 is still $49 a piece this week. QQ status. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, $12.99. We haven't mentioned it in a long while. Fire Hand is $7. Potato. Ice Hand, everyone makes that joke. Ice Hand is $7.74 still this week. Soul Charge will run you $7.25. Is that correct? Yes, it is. My lord, it went up. Curry Bandit will run you $14.50. Anyone want to buy my bandits? I'll sell my bandits for that much. Nah, I'll sell it for $14. That's insane. $14.50 Curry Bandit. My lord. Void Trap Hole, $3.64. Coach Soldier Wolfbark, $15. Straight cut, $15 first listing on eBay. Bujin Yamato, $18.98 this week. Artifact Ignitation is $12. So definitely a price drop. And before we go to another edit, $7.49 will get you an Artifact Morale Tech. Alright, we still got a little bit more even after this part. Sylvan Marsh Leaf will run you $8. It has seen a little bit of an increase, if I'm not mistaken, and so has the Hermit Tree. The Hermit Tree is $8 as well. But this one actually did see a little bit of an increase, is Sylvan Sage Quoa. And I did not go over Sylvan Charity yet, so we will do so in a moment. Yes, in a moment. Sylvan Aurea, the Sylvan High Arbiter, is $8.99, so still pretty cheap for Sylvans, except for those Curry Bandits. Stargazer Magician, I'm kind of just jumping between different sets and stuff, just bear with me, is $2.45 with $1 shipping. It's going to run you $3.45 this week, and those come out of the new starter deck that just came out. Well, what about its partner? How much does that cost? Pretty much the same freaking price. $3.45 will net you either one. If you want to place it, I'm going to run you about $8, which will together run you around $16, and then you still kind of, well, you know, there's that thing that everyone wants, a supply squad, so it kind of adds up to just buy the deck. It still comes out a little bit cheaper. Or a little bit more and you get extra stuff. I mean, I guess that's a thing, you know, if you're into that, so, you know, just saying, it's worth it. Alright, Needlebug Nest, we're going to get to the Sylvan Charity. I promise I still haven't gone over all the Madolches yet. I'm not dumb, and we're going to go over everything. Needlebug Nest is $6.75 to $7 a piece still. Don't believe the rumors of it being $15. Curry Bandit is definitely $15, which just scares the crap out of me. But Needlebug Nest will run you around $7 a piece, so definitely something. Raid in Hand of the Lightsworn is $3.75 this week. Jesus, he's going up. He's going to hit that $4 range, and I'll still give you my same advice I did about 2 weeks ago. Just buy the decks. The decks are too good not to buy. There should be really no reason that you're just buying, you know, the singles on eBay unless, you know, your locals or your Target or whatever doesn't have it. That should be the only time you ever buy the singles, because the singles in the set are just so good. Well, not the set, the deck are so good. Just ridiculously so good. Michael is still going to run you $1.64. Minerva is still going to run you $1.42. No increase, no decrease there. So they're still at the prices they've been at. I also want to touch upon Wiretap, which is also still great at this format. $5. $5. It's not every day I get to do my $5 thing. It is $5, and that's what it's going to run you this week. You know, on eBay. Let's put it that way. You may be able to find it cheaper elsewhere, but we're talking about eBay here. $5 is what it's going to run you. And before we go to another edit, $21.99 Ant Jellies. They have finally reached a $22 status, and they're there. Last part of the video. And we are done for the week then, when it comes to stock market, sort of. Anyway, Sylvan Charity, $14. That's what it's going to run you this week on, well, eBay. So, definitely has a little bit of an increase. Majesty's Fiends, $18. I keep advising people, buy this motherfucker up. When Shadows take over the world, this is our only saving grace. Basically, you just summon it. You could do it all for Fire, Ice Hand, whatever, and then just shut down their effects and go from there. So, you know, make them waste their resources. There's also a vanity deck that is going around, which I will have featured on the council at some point in time. A lot of requests. Hoot Cake has dropped back down from $8 to $4. It can't make its mind up whether it wants to be $8 or $4, but this week it's $4. So Queen Tiramisu is $8.09. So if you want some tiramisu, $8. Mistake. Again, one of those cards that I cannot advise people enough that because spellbooks, you know, are still a thing, and even if Konami doesn't hit them and they, you know, rise back up, whatever, or it becomes some deck that has super uber searchers, Mistake is going to just shoot out of nowhere again and go up in price. $12 will net you a Mistake. You cannot go wrong with that. $12. $12 freaking dollars will net you a Mistake. Felgrand, $26. Every week he's like, you know, he's at the gym, he pumps up another $1. That's pretty much how I feel about this. Pot of Dichotomy, $21.99, still the standard price, $22, so still up there. Madolche Mageline, $12.99. Lava Lol Chain is $38 this week. Dagastro Emerald is $17.49. Skullmeister is $14.90, so he has dropped. Traptrix Nightmare Hole is $9.24, still popular. And finally, I want to mention this because we mentioned on Tech Tuesday yesterday, different dimension ground. You can hear our thoughts on Tech Tuesday. $9.98. It is a great card that can basically shut down the Shaddoll matchup. Shadow Imprisoning, different dimension ground. These are both great options, but this one is just, it literally poops on them. Literally poops on them. And definitely props to my subscribers for recommending it. I can't remember who did, so I'm sorry. But that's all I got for this week. So it's already 2 o'clock and I started filming at 12. So that tells you, well, I have to go still check the Facebook to make sure there isn't more next Challenger leaks. Just saying. And I will see you on the next one. As always, thank you for the continued support, and I will try to get everything out that I've been promising as fast as I can. And I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Just smash it. Hulk smash. If you're new to the council, you enjoy this kind of content, enjoy the little bit of random, jokes here and there, then make sure to subscribe for more, because you don't want to miss out, what you hear is what I actually am in person. There is no bullshit. And if you have a deck request, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I promise you I will get to it. I'm just a little swamped right now, so you're going to have to be a little bit patient. Also, subscriber showcase at gmail.com to send your replays or your deck help if you need deck help for Deck Doctor. That will be a thing coming up in a few weeks. So, you need help? We got you. And the stock market spinoff we'll try to put out this week because of all the decks at Top Nationals and next minute tomorrow. Thanks again for watching, and I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Till next time, peace. Excelsior!